holding my breath every single time I receive an email or a text about gun violence in my community. My heart is still stopping every single time my students tell me about the gun violence they experience. I still come to protests, rallies, vigils, press conferences. I demand change alongside all of you, and nothing has changed. We keep giving power to politicians who are too cowardly to do anything. We constantly hear the president and Congress members crying about our murdered community members, and nothing is done. In their rehearsed speeches, they say things will change, yet they're the ones preventing the change. They chant never again with us, but they're the ones allowing it to happen over and over and over again. Thoughts and prayers will not prevent another shooting. Neither will reactionary policies that suggest that we should arm ourselves.
That's a lot. But you know what I say? I hear this phrase. It's not the guns that kill the people. It's people with the guns that kill people. what can you say about this kind of phrase that, some people are saying?
Well,
if you don't mind talking to me.
They can kill because they have the guns.
You mean the people?
Yeah, of course the people kill.
Of course, yeah.
But, they can kill because they have the guns.
Because of... Okay. So it's still the gun's fault, not the people's fault. My point is that if people want to kill someone, they can use other means of killing others, no?
Yeah, but it's less. It happens less. And there are studies about that.
Okay.
But if it's easier, people kill more, and it happens more.
I see. Well, where from? I hear it.
Germany.
Oh, Germany.
Yeah.
See, here's this thing. I'm sure you know your history. And I came from USSR originally, so I know my history. The first thing, and we know what's happening in Russia, Ukraine right now. So the first thing that the dictators want to do, this is what Hitler did first. This is what the Soviets did first after the revolution. They took the guns away from the people. And the Second Amendment is not really so much about the guns per se. It's about protecting your freedoms with the guns. That's what the issue is all about. But what do you think about that?
I think you could have good background checks. Good background checks.
Oh, but they always do that. Yeah, fine. I'm fine with that. Yeah, but they always do. They always do before they hand you a gun.
And if the government wants to overrun the people, they can.
I'm sorry if you can do.
If they want to overpower the people, they can.
No,
yes.
It didn't happen in America. No. Look at Ukraine. It's fighting the allegedly second most powerful army in the world. What Zelensky did, one of the first week of the invasion of Russia, they gave everybody a gun.
Of course.
Yeah. So now they have a fighting chance, fighting against the invaders. As simple as that. So when you have a gun and your own government tries to do that to you, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to fight back as hell. If government tries to take your rights away. But isn't it a fundamental thing in the American Constitution, in American kind of setup and American mindset? What do you think? It's different from Germany or Russia, the countries we came from. So, isn't the reason, one of the reasons you are in America, isn't the reason why America has been stable for 250 years? Well, in Germany went through, Weimar Republic, then went to Nazi Germany, then after that went to liberal democracy. USSR, forget about that. It's a totally lost case. But in America, it's been stable all along. One of the reasons being the Second Amendment. Did it ever occur to you, maybe?
I don't really think so, because
no.
In Germany, with Hitler, the people were standing behind him.
Yes, they were.
That's how he could do it.
Yeah, that's true, in a way.
But he could not have gone against the people. And he did not. He used the moment of economic instability.
True, yeah, that's true. But it was sort of initial stages. It was before the real violence started. So when people started seeing through, there was a group of people in Germany who would have started defending themselves. And it would have been more difficult maybe for Hitler, to do what he did.
It was very organized. And that's what the...
to build the world that we dream of. We need to invest our
what the
time
government
and
is good
energy,
at.
ensuring that everyone around
It's
us,
organized.
the neighbor, the person
The
that's
police
next to in
force,
this crowd,
the military.
is protected,
It's by
well-fed,
organization
taken care of,
that
so
they
we all
can
know what love and justice is,
have
what
the
it feels
force
like in this
and
lifetime.
not by the sheer
And we
numbers.
need to do this so that the world
Because,
can
like,
follow our lead. We need to remain
if the
soft,
government
loving,
would just
critical,
go
and brave as we
against the
continue
people,
our fight forward, because
just by the
safer
numbers,
world is
the people would win.
Yeah, but it's like you don't have half population which is a member of police and half the population which is ordinary folks. I mean, obviously, for every I don't know the numbers, let's say 1,000 citizens, there are one policeman.
Exactly.
So if they want to take over 1,000 armed citizens,
Also, Anna,
no, you don't think so?
no, I think like you don't need arms for it.
You don't.
No.
Make some noise,
Okay.
Did you watch the video of January 6th
What is it?
when
Yeah.
they stormed the Capitol?
Yeah, my own sister was there. Yeah, so what?
If they would have had guns and used them, they would have killed them.
Killed who?
The congressman.
By
There were like two people with like handguns standing there. And the people could easily, there were thousands. They could easily.
It was a genuinely peaceful demonstration. I know that because, like I said, my own sister and the niece was there. It was unfortunately they decided to storm the Capitol, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's the fault is of the police. They were forewarned of what's coming, and Nancy Pelosi and the police department downplayed it. They don't think so. No, but
No, and you can watch the videos and you see that it's not peaceful.
yes, it was peaceful. No,
So-
it was absolutely peaceful. Yes.
When you look at the videos, you
Oh
think
yes,
that's
it's 100% peaceful. 100% peaceful. It's just as peaceful as here. Yeah. But why are you here in the first place? I mean, you came from Germany and
Yeah.
You protesting the gun violence in America. Is that?
Yeah.
I see.
I think wherever there is injustice and wherever there are horrible things happening, you should protest it. And especially,
I agree.
especially when you are like in the country, I think you should protest
No,
it.
of course, absolutely. I mean, it depends on what you're protesting for and against. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Are you an American citizen by now?
No.
No. Do you plan on becoming American citizen?
Maybe.
I see it. Well, what part of Germany are you from?
Hamburg.
Oh, I've been to Hamburg. No, I've not been to Hamburg. I traveled to crisscross Germany. Hamburg is not the city that I visited.
Okay.
I have a friend, he used to live in Düsseldorf. Now he lives, I think near Berlin.
Yeah. What do you do here?
Just trying to find out what it's all about. I mean, asking questions.
Do you think we should ban weapons in America?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Why not? Do you think like the
Very simple.
what's happening like in the schools and like the nearly 50,000 people dying?
And I serve as a youth in college.
Dankeschön.
I want to speak to all the young folks. I want to thank
But that's not the case. I mean, crazy stuff is happening in Germany as well, and the guns are not legal over there. So the reason I'm for guns, and I think that's kind of the main reason for the guns, besides the one that we talked about, there is the one in the Constitution, because basically the right to own arms is not so much about protecting yourself against intruders and stuff like that. It's protecting your freedoms against the oppressive government. I mean, stop and think about it. Against oppressive government. I mean, you brought up January 6th. I mean, you're wrong about that, but what if, let's say, there was a real insurrection? What if really people decided to take over the government? What do you think would have happened? I mean, people would have, with the arms, would have started their own counter-revolution, and they would have prevented that from happening. That's precisely the reason why we have to have guns in the first place, as far as constitutional reasoning for that is concerned. Now, on a personal level, if you're a law-abiding citizen, crazy people will always have guns. I mean, think about it. Here's the reason. Here's the reason why. The hardcore drugs are illegal, right? You can't go like around and buy cocaine. You can't. It's totally illegal, fentanyl or whatever.
Yeah.
And guess what? I'm sure you know someone who knows someone who sells coke, right? You do. So
But
The
do
same.
you think you should have cocaine because of that?
I'm sorry?
Do you think you should have cocaine because of that?
No. That's not my point. No, my point is that the fact that you ban something doesn't really ban things, and that's the problem. So if, let's say, you have a legislation banning all guns, the bad guys will still have access to guns.
No.
And most
Take them away
violence,
from them.
you still, well, can you take away all the drugs? Can you?
No, but like if you would just allow all the heroin, there would be a lot more heroin deaths. You see that with smoking. Smoking is legal.
Yeah, it is
A
legal.
lot of people are dying from smoking.
My name is Usman Diallo.
Yeah.
I'm a political science major.
Well, but it's kind of a personal choice. It doesn't do anything to other people. If you decide,
Yeah, exactly. But only because something is legal or illegal.
doesn't change the equation. So the
Does.
same with the guns.
No, so can you not point this at me?
I'm sorry?
Can you not point this at me?
Oh, sure.
And not use the video
Sure.
of me? Thank
Sure.
you.
You're welcome. Bitte schön.
Very good.
It is our duty to win.
I think if you allow it,
Uh-huh.
if you allow guns, if you allow
We have nothing to
drugs,
do without
Uh-huh.
change.
there will be a lot
Now I
more.
want you to look to
And that's
your
a
left
problem.
side,
There will be some,
then again to your right side.
but
And I want you to not know
it would be
we are
great
here in
to.
your state.
Well, but the difference is, again, when you get the drugs still,
Sorry? The drugs,
when you
yeah.
get the drugs,
Yeah.
the worst thing that can happen is what you do to yourself, okay?
Not always.
When it comes to the guns, the reason the guns are important in my mind is for protection. If I were to have a gun, and maybe at some point I will get a gun, it's strictly for protection. As simple as that. I happen to live in safe neighborhoods, so that's the reason. Well, I don't really need a gun. But if I were living, well, maybe not so safe neighborhood, even though a bad thing happened on I would think the safest street, really a block away, something happened. There were helicopters flying around. I forgot exactly what happened, but bad things did happen even in the safest neighborhoods. What if it happened just a block closer to us, and it happened to be our own house? And there was a bad guy like rushing into my house and hear me against a guy with a gun. I mean, well, what do I do?
The research shows that you're more probable of dying when you have a gun than when you don't have a gun.
If I have a gun in my house?
Yeah, you're more probable to die.
But we need solutions.
But
you know why?
and
Uh-huh.
policy.
Think about it.
And we have to be
Why?
intentional with how we do
Well,
so. And we must
if he
not
wants to
just
kill
come
you,
together when in Uvalde,
he comes in you and kills you.
or in Buffalo, New York.
If
We must come
he wants to
together
rob
when
you,
a teenage
he
kid
comes
is
in there
bent down
and wants to
in
take
front of a
something from you.
bodega.
Okay.
And
If
it doesn't
you
show up on our
pose a threat to
timeline
him,
or in news media as a news
what would
outlet.
he have to do so that you can't kill him?
We must show up
He would
for
have
our
to kill
youth
you,
when
or she.
they're down. We must show up for our youth
Yeah.
when they're up.
I see.
Because the
Okay,
first
so
thing
that's
that
your
they
reasoning.
cut
Makes sense, right?
is education.
Not really.
Why not?
Well, because people kill seriously just like that for no reason. And
Exactly.
it doesn't matter. I mean, somebody comes in your house, even if it's about robbing or raping. I mean, it's not he or she is not supposed to be in my house in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm going to take your life. As simple as that.
Probably you won't. Probably he or she will take your life
I
first.
get life.
Well, I have a chance at least. But if I have no protection whatsoever, I have no chance. I'm at the disposition of at mercy of the person who got in my house.
Stop the
No?
young child's
Well, I
right
see your point.
to liberty.
Okay. Do you agree with it?
Sorry?
Do you agree with it?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
And last time you were marching, you were chanting, how do we spell
I agree with it, but like
GOP. How do we spell incompetent?
weapons
Uh-huh.
give
How
a
do we
lot
spell
of
incompetent?
power
Uh-huh.
to people.
Now I want you to
And I
say
think
the
that's
same
why
thing,
people
but when
want
I say
guns.
how do we spell
They feel
incompetent,
powerless.
I want you to say
That's
both
why they
parties.
want a gun.
How do we spell
You know what
incompetent?
makes way more sense than having a gun if you don't want to kill, to be killed?
I understand that we have reactionary
Be
policies
trained
now
in psychology.
when these
Be trained in de-escalation.
mass shootings
That's
happen,
true, but I mean, you're right. But unfortunately, there's sick people who
That's changed.
there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, really, there's
Yeah.
nothing. Just the way they are.
Yeah, that's very true.
Who
So
are my friends?
you
Okay,
won't stand
anyway.
a chance. You won't stand a
Who are
chance
my
against them.
enemies? I have a black
With the gun, I
man
will.
American,
Yes,
sir.
I absolutely will. And there's so many cases when that happen. There's an intruder. There's a good guy with a gun. Just shoots this bastard up. That's it. And there are bastards. I mean, if they're good people, you don't get into other people's houses. As simple as that.
Yeah.
I have no sympathy for them.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I don't.
No, same. But like, So there are so many people dying from guns, and like this self-defense, like so few.
I see. All right. Well, anyway, thank you, Sean. Nice talking to you. What's your name?
Frederick.
Frederick. I'm Vladimir. Okay. Nice talking to you. See ya.
Thank you guys so much. Make some noise for Nan Zuccotti.
Thank you so much for our next speaker and supporter of March for Our Lives, Attorney General James. Please welcome the Attorney General.
Sorry, can you delete the part
Let's make
with
some
me?
noise.
If we don't
Delete?
get
Yeah.
What do you mean delete the part?
From your
it, if
camera?
you already don't
I might.
get
No, can you please do it now?
No, I cannot do
it,
that.
if you
Why?
don't get
So I don't want to. I'm going to stand here deleting stuff. It's a public space. I can record whoever I want, whenever I want, without agreement or disagreement with someone. This is America. Welcome to America. Okay.
I will check it.
Until they
I will
feel
check-
the
I will check
power
if you're
of
right
people.
now.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
And until the
Look
power
up.
of people
Look up the. It's called
change the
single
winds
party
and
consent
allow
law.
the winds to blow so
Single
hard
party consent law. New
that
York
they
City,
cannot
New York State
stand
is
in the
part of
way
it.
of progress.
Okay. Thank you, Sean.
All of you who have marched in New York and all across this country, you represent the winds of change. Young and old, every background, race and religion, united in one singular effort to stop gun violence. Young people who have turned the greatest pain into passion and purpose, and will turn out in record numbers and vote all across this country and vote to end gun violence